This is completely unscientific. There's no statistical protocol here. I do not have the credentials of the gentleman who was up before. This is best filed under the heading of anecdotal. I made an earnest effort to find out what my neighbors were thinking about Class 3 officers, and I tried to frame the question in a very neutral way. I said the school district is considering hiring Class 3 officers. These are people who are licensed to carry a firearm. Is this a good idea or a bad idea? And then I let people speak. I tried to get a cross-section of people. I went, as I mentioned at a previous meeting, I went to graduation parties. I went to backyard barbecues, 4th of July parade, Charlie's Aunt, checkout line at King's, the farmer's market, Fish and Game, and also while I was out front of my house doing yard work on Saturdays and Sundays, anybody that came down the street, I would jump out of the shrubs and make them take my survey whether they liked it or not, and I caught Mike Valenti trying to sneak past my house.
You did, Bill. I was walking by and you got me.
So what did I find out? Well, I found out, and Jill, please don't shoot me, I'm only the messenger on this. Again, most people have no idea this conversation is even taking place. There were some headlines in the paper the last week in August. I think most people were in vacation mode, so I am not sure that they even paid attention to that. It is disheartening to think that in a well-read town like this, that people are woefully uninformed, but that seems to be the way it is. I probably spoke to over 100 people. I found some people in the category of do whatever it takes. They were comfortable with concrete barriers, bulletproof glass, metal detectors, whatever it took to keep their children safe, they were more than comfortable with. There was a subset of that group that was more measured. They said Class 3 officers, if done in the right way, might be a deterrent, and they would be very comfortable with it. I would say they were probably about 20 to 25% of the people I talked to. The majority of people I talked to were not comfortable at all with guns in schools, and that ranged from this idea is completely ridiculous up to people who were sitting on the fence and saying, okay, I would need more information, but I really think this is not a great idea. I talked to students. Students are very anxious, very, very anxious, and it's easy to see why they're anxious. They get a steady diet of nightly news that just shows nothing but car crashes and airplane wrecks and train wrecks and murders and all this kind of stuff. And then, of course, they go onto the internet and see the darkest corners of humanity. And I don't think they're in a position to process this kind of stuff. They don't have the perspective to, and so it piles up, and they are very concerned